Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. We're back in the bedroom. Renovating is going to be happening, redecorating. I'm so excited for the next stage in this project to happen. So the plan today is to do, not just today, but this week, is to do some wallpapering, finally get started on the fun bit, because we've got the painting done on the skirting. I need to do some sanding and painting on the moulding and the ceiling, and then we're going to be wallpapering. Very fun package just came in the post, like literally half an hour ago, and I really want to unbox it with you because I'm so excited. I just cannot wait to unbox this. I mean, I've opened it slightly, obviously, because I had to have a little peek before starting the video, but I stopped myself so that I could unbox this with you. This is very exciting because this is hopefully going to really change how I vlog and help capture this process of renovating our house. So redecorating this bedroom, doing the outdoor stuff, going on trips to try and find vintage secondhand pieces for the house. There's so many ways in which I think this camera is going to improve things in our lives and creating content essentially. So let's unbox it. So this is the new Canon PowerShot V10, which is specifically designed for vlogging. All of this is cardboard, plant-based materials. They've got it covered. This is what it looks like. Oh my goodness. So the point of this is that you can vlog with this camera and this kit. So it's got the camera here. We have their carrying bag for the camera, the furry windscreen, which are amazing if you vlog. You know how amazing these are. If you are in the wind, they make a massive difference. And then a silicone lens cap. So it's got the kit for everything that you need. And just background, I have always used Canon cameras. The camera that I'm filming on now is a Canon EOS M50. I use the Canon G7X to vlog on, and I've exclusively used Canon cameras throughout my YouTube career for creating content and vlogging. They are by far the best. I have always loved their cameras, and I've tried other ones and ended up not using them because I think there was one that I tried once, I literally sent it back because it wasn't good enough, and Canon, I'm loyal to them. So I'm so excited to be sharing this with you and working with them because I am a loyal Canon customer through and through. Plastic-free packaging, plant-based, non-woven material in here, holding the camera in. Woohoo! Oh my god, it's so dinky. Oh my gosh. This is my genuine first time seeing this. I've never seen this before. Look how unique this is. So I think with the new wave of content creation, making videos in vertical and in horizontal, doing long form content, short form content, the idea is that this is going to be your little companion so that you can create whatever you want to create. I can even connect it to my iPhone. Once the camera is paired, it stays connected even when off. To stop communication, set airplane mode on. So, oh my gosh, this is so neat. I just need to scan the QR code, taking me to Canon's website. Download Camera Connect and link your camera and smartphone. So you can import stuff basically via Wi-Fi. So you can use it as a remote control. Now I have used this before. Connecting, connection successful, paired. And you can do it Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so I can set up Wi-Fi as well. I think that this also works where you can connect this to stream live from this camera, which is very neat. Yeah, look, so you've got the camera up here and then it's got the live stream setting, so you can live stream straight from the camera. You can remote live view shoot, so you can set the camera up away from you and use your phone to take the picture. And you can import the images and movies straight to your phone from the camera without having to connect anything together, which is really neat. So I'm going to swap cameras now and then we're going to get playing around with my fun new camera. So here is me using the camera for the first time. It's neat because it's got the flip screen right in front of you. So if I'm looking at the flip screen to get the positioning, it's not too far away from the lens, which is a little bit of a distraction sometimes. That's really neat. It's minuscule. So it's so light. I can't get over how light it is. I've come into the bathroom so I can show you the mirror. Look at how neat this is. Look, you can see me. Look at the wide angle. One of the first things I noticed though that's really cool is it's got a built-in stand. So it just flips up and down, and then you can obviously rest that on a surface and you don't have to get a tripod out, which is half of the struggle with vlogging sometimes. So this camera also has movie digital image stabilization, which is very important for vlogging when you're out and about. It has built-in audio noise reduction microphones. Again, so important when you're vlogging with loud sounds, background noise, busy environments. That's really common. Even if I've got building work outside, it's very useful. Obviously, as you can see, it's absolutely tiny, so I can shove this in my pocket, take it anywhere with me easily. It's also got face tracking, so I can see on the lens here, maybe you can see really close, how it picks up your face and it will focus on that at all times, which is really useful because you don't want to have to be pressing the screen. I have so much experience with this that the face tracking feature in Canon cameras is so good, and it makes such a difference if you're constantly moving around. You can also film vertically. It's set up and designed to film vertically, and obviously a lot of my content nowadays is vertical and horizontal depending on the platform I'm using, so whether it's YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. Today's video is inspired by one of Canon's key inspirational words, which they have asked me to create a video based around. So their key inspirational words are courage, personality, creativity, freedom, and curiosity. I chose creativity because it's kind of what fuels me as a creator online. I'm always thinking of new ways that I can be creative, how I can share that with my audience, whether it's redecorating, renovating, interior projects, or whether it's my recipes. I wanted to create a video where I'm sharing that creativity with you in the form of redecorating our bedroom. I would love it if you took part in the challenge as well. All you would have to do is create a video inspired by one of those key inspirational words and tag Canon. I'll leave all of the tags in the description box down below, as well as the hashtags, so that you can share that video with Canon. Get creative, be inspired, make a video, and if you are a fellow content creator, this could be your camera of choice, because I think it's going to be the one that everyone's going to be using from now on. I really do. Time to get in the bedroom though, so we can start sanding and painting. I'm going to get into some different clothes because this is not the outfit for DIY. So I'm going to film me setting this up because I don't need a tripod. Holy moly. This is my, this is like my initial reaction because I've used cameras for years, and I genuinely, I know I just said it, but I actually think that this is going to be the new camera that everyone's going to get. This is going to be the new vlogging camera that everyone's going to be talking about because this is wild. I'm immediately going to be using this for everything. This is a game changer because I don't have to have a massive clunky tripod in a room which is quite small, and I have to be moving around a lot because I obviously have to move the ladder around the room, which means I have to also move the tripod around the room, which you don't see that because that's behind the scenes. So this is epic, truly epic. No tripod, but you are in prime position, wide angle lens, ready to see me do this. Wow. Job number one, sanding of the coving and sanding of any other filler in the room. All four corners are sanded. It's quite a difficult job because I was using the little pieces of sandpaper from the mouse sander, and I'm sure I should have gone to the shop and bought sandpaper specific for little corners, but we've done that. It's really hot in here and it's nearly 6 p.m, so I'm gonna call it a day, and then tomorrow I'll do the finishing sanding and get started with painting. Wonderful filming with this. I'm propping you up on the window, and because of the little stand, it's got like a little hook almost to the stand at the back, like little feet, so it's hooked so it won't move. Maybe if any of you are vloggers, please comment. If any of you make videos, you might understand how life-changing it is to not have to constantly find somewhere to put your camera on a tripod or find somewhere it can balance. The fact that it has a stand that you can angle, so I can literally angle the camera so that it's facing upwards or downwards, is life-changing. I'm so lazy with it. Alex always laughs at me when he's editing. And he's like, Maddie, why didn't you just find a tripod to set the camera up? You've answered my prayers, Canon. marks on my face. I don't know why I bothered putting makeup on today. But we are sanded on the doors and the woodwork, taking a break from the cornice because it's just annoying to sand. I'm gonna paint the last coat of blue. Well, it might need another little one because that's kind of gone back to the wood, but it's kind of small areas. And then I can think about prepping the wallpaper. I feel like I'm putting off the wallpapering at this stage because it makes me nervous. I'm undecided if I'm gonna line the walls because I know I talked about doing lining paper because the walls are kind of, but I wonder if that's just gonna create a whole load of extra work. So we will see. I'm gonna get creative, feeling very creatively inspired. Really creatively inspired by this camera too because I'm able to just move around the room, get the shots I want to get and make it a little bit more interesting for you hopefully as you're watching, get the shots that I'm after. It's really helping me to just do this by myself because Alex is out at the minute and a lot of content creation involves just one person and it makes it easy for me to be filming for YouTube and TikTok at the same time because I just flip the camera. Loving it so far. So let's get the paintbrush out. I'm using Lulworth Blue from Farrow & Ball. Absolutely beautiful colour, and I'm gonna touch up the last bits, but I might need the hoover actually because there's a lot of dust everywhere. Alex is getting started on the cutting in. How's it going? So where have you started from? Have you just started?
Just started.
Because you were sanding. Alex is a dream perfectionist. What do you think of the camera?
Camera. It's fine. The camera is very nice.
He was playing around with it and showing me all the different settings.
Yeah, because you're the kind of person who just presses record without checking anything.
Which I think is common.
No. I don't think I've ever met anyone who does that. It's very
But
weird.
what were the settings you were fiddling with that it had?
Just all the different video quality settings and frame rates, as well as cat. As well as the, I don't think you had the stabilizer on before, and like the digital zoom.
Yeah, so you can set it to have a stabilization mode, which means obviously if you're holding it out and about and you're not setting it up, it's more stable. And you can zoom as well, even though it's a really small camera, you can set it to be whatever zoom you want. Yeah. Which I didn't realise. And doesn't it have like colour grading and stuff?
I had colour options.
Let me try it. One second.
If you press the
Let me give it a go.
The Q button on the main screen.
So that's amber. So I've set it to a more amber warm tone, which is really nice. And let's try the other version. And this is a cool tone. So this is going to be very useful for different lighting. So obviously if you've got tungsten lighting, if the lights are on and it's nighttime, setting it to a cool tone is extremely helpful.
Because we usually film like that.
Yeah, and same goes for if it's like a really sunny day or particularly... no, actually, yeah, this is if it's a really cool lighting. So it's sometimes that happens at like dusk or dawn where there's like some light but not enough light. It gets quite cool, so you can set the tone to be more warm. So it feels more like daytime, so that's really helpful. So I've just been playing around. They even have like pre-made colour grades. So this is called retro green. Obviously that's taken all the colour out, but that's kind of like fun if you were doing like a sequence for like an intro or something and you wanted it to have a different colour grade. That's kind of cool. And this is the zoom, which is really good quality. So when you zoom in these sorts of cameras, it really helps to capture that kind of feels more like you're filming on a big SLR camera with a fancy lens, getting Alex's bum. And it gives that feeling, so you can do that on here as well. So if I wanted to get like a shot outside of the builders, sneak peek of it kind of gives that feeling of a zoom lens, which is really nice. So I think the plan this evening is Alex is going to cut in, and then in the morning I'm gonna do one coat on the ceiling. Probably won't need more than 1 or 2 coats because it's obviously already white, it's just to neaten it up, and there was a few bits that needed filling. And then, in theory, if I go round all the skirting, check the door, we can start wallpapering. So I'll see you tomorrow. Prep is key. Prep is always key with any DIY project. Don't scrimp on the prep, because if you do, it will show and it will take you longer. So always prep thoroughly, as annoying as it is. Back because I realised I have my samples. Really exciting. Alex. Oh my gosh, what is he like? This was the other wallpaper. No. This is the other wallpaper we got a sample for. Which I'm very glad we went for the one we did. Because if you haven't seen it already, this is the wallpaper we decided on. This is the other one from Colfax and Fowler. This is from Sanderson. This is beautiful, but I way prefer the actual style of drawing on this. Much more like, it looks like drawn with watercolour or something, or crayon. This just looks more like it's been printed, like more of a graphic design. So it feels a bit more modern. And the blue, I think, might be a bit more... I think this is fresher for this room, so I'm really happy with that choice. This is gorgeous though, but I feel like this would look amazing in maybe like a small, like, I don't know, like a downstairs loo or something, which would be really, really cool. This is the sample for the curtains. Really, really basic. I don't know if you can even tell the difference. This is the one we didn't go for, and this is the one we are going for. So you can see very slightly, this is creamer, this is more beige. This, the one underneath, basically exactly matches the background of the wallpaper, so I thought this is a bit nicer just to have some dimension so it's not flat against the wallpaper. And we've gone for a neutral colour because we've got all the blue going on, so it's kind of a nice soft fabric. And this is from Beaumont Textiles. I went to Truro Fabric and I looked at some of the fabrics they had, but they felt a bit heavy and one of them was quite pricey. So this one they recommended to me, my lovely new nails that I've probably ruined by doing DIY. They recommended this to me. There's quite a wait list, they probably be the very last thing that goes in the room, but I think it's like 8 weeks, but whoa. Yeah. I'm actually deciding I'm gonna show you outside because we haven't actually taken this camera outside yet. Actually. Look at the light changing. Actually does better than my, does better than my bigger camera for light changes, because often that happens. I go from room to room and it gets quite dark because it's got a lens on it, and lenses will change depending on where you are. So let's go outside and see how it works outside and show you the exciting developments of the patio, because they have really come a long way since I last showed you. It has been a storm. Actually, that's probably a good check for the noise cancelling, though I haven't got the wind protector on, so we'll see. Maybe I should go put the wind protector on and you can compare. Yeah, let's do that. Got a good gust there. Okay, that's quite cool. So it's got a magnet, so you glue it on, but it's got a magnet so you can take them on and off easily. There's one for each side. They're very cute. Let's give this a test with the wind shields on. I'm sure it'll still pick up the wind, but it does help. So you can see that they have made so much progress. There's loads of leaves everywhere because it's been a proper storm, and we've obviously got these beautiful trees surrounding our house, but this one in particular, all of the seeds and the leaves have just all fallen onto our patio because it's been really stormy weather, but they have laid all across here down to a drain, which they've installed as well, because we're going to collect the rainwater from this pipe, go all the way down here into that drain, and then this amazing whiskey barrel will collect all the rainwater and can be a water butt for us for the garden. This is going to be where the steps are, but the most exciting part is that we have the steps going in. They have put the fronts of the slabs on, and then tomorrow I'm sure they will put the tops on, so it will be seamless up to here, and it is to match the width of the granite at the front of the house, so they match the width basically. I think it's slightly wider. Over here they haven't done yet because there'll be steps there, and I think we need to have some electrical work going into the office because right now our internet cable does this. But look at this wall, I think I showed you this already, but beautiful Cornish wall. So we really are making progress, and this is blue limestone, and we chose this to replicate Cornish slate, and I'm over the moon with it. And if you are based in Cornwall or the southwest and you're after a similar thing, we got it at Lantomb Quarry. They have so much incredible stone for any use, for any building works really. But I thought I'd show you that progress, and you'll hopefully see another one maybe over the weekend. See you in the morning. We're leaving the house and we are off to go antique and Facebook Marketplace shopping. I'm collecting a marble slab from Facebook Marketplace. It's essentially a chopping board, and I'm going to use that for photo shoots. And also we're going to go into Penzance to look in some charity shops. There's a really great antique shop there. I might look and see, well, it depends how far away it is, but I might go and look and see if Shiver Me Timbers is open. When Canon contacted me and gave me the key inspirational words, I immediately wanted to pick creativity, and I was aware of the project that we were working on at the house and thinking about how much of an outlet for my creativity doing up the houses and redecorating, coming up with all the colours, the wallpapers, deciding on the way things are going to look as a whole. All of it is just so enjoyable to me. It's such a key part of my happy place, and also sharing it with you online because I feel like so many of you have a similar enjoyment from it, and you have a similar creative outlet in interior design and renovating and redecorating your own homes, and that's probably why you follow me. So one of the key things for me anyway when it comes to redecorating and getting creative with interiors is vintage and antique shopping and finding things secondhand. Not only is it incredibly sustainable, but it is so fun and so creative, because I just absolutely love spotting a piece of furniture in an image on Pinterest or on Instagram and then thinking I'm going to try and find that that piece secondhand or vintage on Facebook, I'm gonna go hunt for it. And that process is so creative, it's so much fun, and you save loads of money. Of course, you can go down the road of going to vintage sellers, which is always a great idea. But if you're sticking within a budget, doing it yourself and doing the hunting yourself is a great way to save money and also to get creative. So that's what we're doing. We're testing the camera outside of the house, seeing how it works on the go, moving about, capturing things. So far I'm enjoying this because of the wide angle, capturing everything in the car so we can see both of us. And
wow. Okay.
yeah, it's so good. And also I am quite keen on the size of this because it's going to fit in my bag easily, and it also, I feel like I'm not going to feel as prominent when I'm out and about. Yeah, self-conscious.
Yeah.
And hopefully the noise reducing will help when we're filming out and about, so it doesn't feel so prominent as some of the other cameras I use out and about sometimes. So fun little experiment. Let's go and pick up our marble slab.
Let's go antiquing.
Antiquing? Is that a verb?
I feel like I've heard it as a verb.
Interesting.
Maybe it's an American thing.
I think so. Good girl. Just got to Penzance and we're going straight to the vintage shop. Here it is, doesn't have a name, but it's next to Wetherspoons in Penzance if you're curious. So I'm going to pick up some of this willow stuff. I just can't get over the price. So these are all so affordable. This is £9, £6 for a milk jug. I'm going to get this, and I've just got some teacups as well. I also really want this. Look at all of these lovely trinkets. I've got lovely handbags. Look at this. So cute. And they have amazing books. I want to just buy all of them, so I'm going to basically pick all the ones I like and deliver them to Alex to put at the till. I am cleaning out the shop at this point. I could spend so much money here and I probably just have. It's so amazing, they have so much incredible stuff. Like every single cupboard I could look at and stare at for just so long. That was really successful. They're so friendly in there. So we're just going to get the car and then bring that round to put everything in the car, and I'm going to nip into, if they are dogs, Happy Days Vintage. I have a yellow dress from here that lots of you ask where it's from. It's from here in Penzance. Not to do with interiors, but success in the vintage shop. Now we're loading up the car with all our goodies from the antique shop, which, oh my goodness, cannot believe how much good stuff we got. And here's our Facebook Marketplace find. It is a marble chopping board which we're going to use for backgrounds for photos, so that's amazing. That's £10. Yay! Successful antique Facebook shopping and also brownie purchasing. Now it's time to go back to DIY. Good morning. I'm here with my parents and we're going to be starting. Say hello, Daddy.
Hi.
We're going to be starting the wallpapering. They're showing me how they have always done it because I think back in the day most walls were covered with wallpaper. So we're going to get started and I'm nervous but excited because we've been waiting to do this for ages. So we're just mixing up the glue.
I'm ready.
So what am I doing?
Put in the
Paper on the wall. About the width of this. Don't worry.
Does it dry quickly?
No.
I think so, no.
My parents showed us the ropes with how to wallpaper the room. We have never wallpapered before, so it was a really fun experiment to use our creativity and learn a new skill. To begin, it's important to pick somewhere that won't be very visible, preferably above a window or door, or behind a prominent piece of furniture, as when you come back around, the wallpaper is unlikely to finish on the same pattern repeat. We then began by measuring the first piece of wallpaper to match the length of the wall where we chose to start. All of our walls are different lengths. Once we had the first piece cut, we lined up and cut the next piece. We continued this method throughout so that you have your next matching piece ready and you reduce mistakes and waste. We mixed up our glue with the water and then pasted it to the wall using both a roller and a brush to get the edges. Once the glue was on the wall, we made sure to plumb the wallpaper straight. We used a heavy weight on the end of a string, but you can use a laser. This was repeated as we started on each new wall so that the wallpaper was hanging straight and not slowly leaning downwards as we made our way around the room. Because the room is wonky, this did mean some overlap in the corners of the room to correct the plumb. Once we had the wallpaper straight, we gently brushed it on, upwards and outwards. To cut the top and bottom, I pushed the wallpaper into the skirting and the cornice, flipped the paper over and used a pair of scissors to cut along the crease line, making sure to allow for a little extra as to not cut it too small. Then we lined up our next piece by matching the pattern in the middle and then matching the rest. We found that this was the easiest rather than starting at the top or bottom. For this specific wallpaper, it meant matching the lilies and the leaves. Once it's all lined up, brush the wallpaper onto the wall, smoothing out any creases, bubbles or bumps. And then this process was just repeated throughout the room, making sure to correct the line after each corner by plumbing the new piece of wallpaper, making crisscross cuts for the sockets and slipping them through, cutting around any woodwork with a Stanley knife, and folding the wallpaper around the windows. Though it was a challenge, it was such a fun one, and we really got into the swing of things towards the end, and I am so happy with the result.
What time is it?
midnight.
Now what? You need to do some touching up?
Oh, it looks amazing. I'm so tired.
If I get the vacuum cleaner, do you want to fold and put everything in the bin?
So that's it, we're officially done. I cannot quite believe it. It's very echoey in here because there's nothing in here apart from our bedside table. Let me know if you think I should paint these. Kind of umming and ahhing about it. But we're officially done. That was an insane task, but I'm so proud of us because I think it looks incredible. Doing it around the windows, we did that at like midnight, was so difficult. So we had to go along the edges, but I think we did that really well. This is where we started, so there's overlap there to make it match, but there'll be curtains so you won't see. Builders are working hard outside grouting, which is why you can probably hear their radio. Thank you again to Canon for partnering with me on this video. It was so fun to make, and I really loved being inspired by the word creativity to embark on this project. If you want to take part in the challenge, I'd really encourage you to do that. I'll leave all the information down below on how you take part in the challenge, but essentially you create a video based on one of the inspirational keywords. The keywords are creativity, freedom, curiosity, personality, and courage. So make a video, make a vlog, do a creative project, get out into the world, whatever you fancy, and tag Canon. I'll leave all the proper tags and hashtags, everything in the description box for you. And stay tuned for a follow-up from this video where we finish the room. And I'm so excited, we finally have a completed-ish main bedroom. Thank you so much for watching, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.